Okay, so I'm going to show you kind of some stuff that's going to happen in Python when we do some math with numbers. So let's say we have A is equal to 7, B is equal to 8, and we're going to say print A times B. So 7 times 8 should give us 56. Okay? But what if instead we say for A, input some number. So input any, we'll say pick any number. Okay? And so when we do this, let's go with the number 7. And look at this. When we said 8 times 7, it wrote the number 7 8 times. Okay, so what's happening is this. It's not doing quite what we expected, and the reason why is this. When we use this input function, it takes this value that we send it as a string. Okay, and so that means text. So whatever we put in here, it assumes it's text. And so if we're printing 8 times, it's giving us basically, we're saying we want it to say this, but it's thinking this, okay? And so 8 times that, here, let's do this real quick. And you can see 8 times, it will say C is equal to 7 in parentheses, okay? And so we print 8 times B, and we will print B times C. Okay, this one right here is 8 times 7, and this one is 8 times 7 in the quotes. Okay, and you can see that when we do this, the first one gives us 56, the second one gives us 8 sevens, and so this is what was happening right here when we were putting in the number 7. And so what we have to do is we have to have a way of turning the input into an integer so we can do math with it. So we're going to say pick any number, and here what we're going to do, we're going to convert it into an integer. So the way we do that is we say int a, and so this is going to convert a into an integer. This still isn't going to work, and I'll explain why in just a second. So when we do this, we put in the number 7, we still get 8 sevens. And the reason why is this. On this line right here, where we converted a into an integer, we never did anything with it. So anytime we change it, we have to store it again either as a or as another variable. Okay, and so now when we do this, I put in the number 7, that's going to multiply by 56. And so what happened here that was different is that we asked for an input, we got the number 7, we stored it in A, we converted it here to an integer, and the last time after we converted it, we didn't do anything with it. This time we're converting it and putting it back into A, and then going down here to multiply. Okay, so we do this operation, we get 56. Okay? And so that's kind of the basics of formatting numbers. It's important because we need to be able to convert between integers, strings, and floats. Okay? Floats we may not have discussed yet. A float is another kind of number that is a decimal. So this would be a float now, 8.0. Okay, it shouldn't affect the math. Oh yeah, so now our answer is a float too, because this number was a float. Okay, anytime that you want to have a decimal, that data type is called a float. Okay, hopefully that was helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions about formatting data types.